press meet nang pha bangke SCN nang pha nang ko bangke la hello pinap ke SCC arta ningkan thom kebraner kap pipling lo pipling ko pinap ke nasi SCC foundation day lo and election code of conduct no nante enforce bom la isike nasi lai kado we apot nelitum mass gathering lang sobang ke ilongwat centrally lang sobang ke unit pola along sini itu bipo major place hamrena son dokmuka son ganganga son dipu lapen ku bokayan kajironga son penang major place along doji si lang sopan si pini press pit nangge pha si data press nudu ne li prohibited. A brief genesis of statehood movement in Northeast India vis-a-vis autonomous state movement in Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao. Published on the occasion of the 38th Foundation Day of the Autonomous State Demand Committee on 17 May 2024. Though the sixth schedule was implemented in 1952 for the administration of the hill tribals in Northeast India, a feeling of discontentment over the quantum of autonomy surfaced to the fore as early as in 1954. When a meeting of all autonomous councils under the sixth schedule was convened by B.M. Roy, the GM of Khasi and Jantia Autonomous Council, to demand separate state and amendment of the sixth schedule. The imposition of Assamese language by the Assam government in 1960 as the official language on 22nd April hastened the demand for statehood by the tribals. When all leaders of the hill tribals met at Tura in Garo Hills on 28 April 1960 to oppose the imposition of Assamese language, initially snowballed itself into statehood movement and decided to form All Assam Hill Leaders Conference AAHLC, which was later renamed as All Party Hill Leaders Conference APSLC. Unlike the present APSLC, where no political party is represented, the APSLC that was formed in 1960 was represented by the Congress, Eastern India Tribal Union, Meghalaya, Garo Union within bracket Garo Hills, Mio Union within bracket Mizoram, Tribal Union, Dima Hasao, and hence the name All Party Hill Leaders Conference APSLC. It is pertinent to mention that Nagas under the Naga National Council (NNC) did not join the APSLC-led statehood movement, smelling a rat in the politics since the beginning, and went their own way, and finally they achieved statehood in 1963 on December. After some time, the Mijos left the APSLC movement in 1963, following their assessment that they would be betrayed, went their own way, got Union Territory in 1972, and finally separate state in 1987. Meanwhile, Karbi and Dimasas continue to remain good boys of the APSLC and the Congress till the end, and that is why they had to pay heavy price for that. The Karbi and Dimasa were never taken into confidence by the APSLC leadership since the beginning of the movement, and as such, their representative had represented as a member of the delegation to the talks with central government only once. That was in the first talk with central government in 1960, and after that, no representative from Karbi Anglong and Dimasa were represented in all the talks, be it with central or state government. Therefore, nobody from Karbi Anglong and Dimasa knew nothing what actually transpired in the talks among APSLC and government. With great expectation, a huge contingent of Karbi APSLC leaders attended APSLC conference in 1969 at Tura in Garo Hills, thinking that they would also be getting statehood. But when the General Secretary gave his secretarial reports, it was known that Khasi, Jaintia and Garo would be given autonomous state, and Karbi and Dimasa were left in the lurch. The Karbi leaders led by Baralong Terang and Bapuram Singh, the President and Secretary of Daden, Karbi Anglong District APSLC unit, protested against this move of the APSLC leaders and came back to Karbi Anglong feeling dejected and demoralized. Meanwhile, the bill for autonomous state was introduced in Parliament on 10 December 1968 and passed on 24 December 1969, and autonomous state of Meghalaya was inaugurated on 2nd April 1970. But we missed the bus during the time. because of the treacherous attitude of APSLC and Congress leaders. The mistake that was done in 1969 could have been corrected in 1972 during the reorganization of Northeast India, but that was also not done. Meanwhile, a joint meeting of Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao Congress was also held at Haflong, opposing Autonomous State to Dima Hasao and Karbi Anglong with a promise to give more power to the Autonomous Council, which were never fulfilled. Meanwhile, democratic rights of the people were trampled upon as election was not held to the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council for a period of 11 years from 1962 onwards. It is also important to mention that by then the APSLC of Karbi Anglong district unit was not only dissolved but its leaders had also dispersed. While some of the erstwhile APSLC leaders went to form Karbi Nationalist Organization (KNO) and Mikir Hills Progressive Party demanding merger with Nagaland, which did not get much support, the movement met its natural death. Several years later, Bapram Singnar, the former secretary of APSLC Karbi Anglong district unit, joined the BJP, while Baralong Terang, the former president of APSLC Karbi Anglong district unit, became a minister in the Assam government. It is in this background that Autonomous State Demand Committee (ASCC) was born on 17 May 1986 to spearhead another spell of mass democratic movement together with the KSN KNCA. Had not the APSLC and Congress betrayed us in 1969, there would have been no necessity for the ASCC to be formed, or for that matter, even Kaskom or Jakas for us in the initial period of the movement led by ASCC, KSA, KNC, and other fraternal organizations as a mass democratic, peaceful, and genuine movement. And in 1995, we were successful in compelling both central and state government to sign an MOU with Autonomous State was about to be created. We were betrayed by the APSLC and Congress. The Nagas knew about the treacherous attitude of the APSLC leaders, so they did not join the APSLC-led movement since the beginning. The Mijus joined. We were together. But sometime in 1963, they smelled at it, so they left the APSLC movement. They went their own way, so they got Union Territory in 1972, and then separate state in 1987. We were made to pay a heavy price, Karbi and Dimasa, just because we were good boys of APSLC and Congress. Langsung alam lo, lasi APSLC tum Congress tum Autonomous State nam betray deda phi, dak APSLC a leader tu manta yak tum ke dujoy lo hemsi, lapene yak tum ke kapre ka kam claim wrong lo, dak nil tuma press statement along dolo, yak ase. Ye Bapram Singnar যেতিয়া APSLC Karbi Anglong district unit or secretary হয় তেখেতে BJP join কৰিছে BJP পৰা election contest কৰিছে তেখেতে আৰু Baralong Terang টা Congress join undiat lasi minister si kacu anon sulo lasi Difu stadium long ta national flag independence day ni host lo kelata male latum ta demoralize lo athe bang na betray dia lo APSLC leaders tu. Pasti PC claim ko alam tanang klang. Lapan 1980 alam pen labang so foreigner movement. Asu duma foreigner movement uta. Ili tum Karbi lapan di masa tum ta citu dulu. So that when the accord was finally signed between Asu and central government, nothing was recorded about Karbi and Dimasa. Thang na top konpe. Cira dunlo, citu dunlo, muniti dunlo. Procession dunlo, kangkir hutirat dunlo, picketing claim dunlo, dharna dunlo alang suta, asu atum central government pen accord ke sign hore bangke, Karbi pen Dimasa danga Autonomous State putha abangke lamthe isi daru. Puhi abangke already APSLC tum Congress tum betrayed labang so ahut PC claim nang nema pu adihusi penangan educated youths tu conscious mucho tu kamata par siksi tak cingrum lo dak Karbi unemployed youth association tu Karbi tribal organization pudu KSA Karbi Student Association du lapana kapre katum progressive minded atum nationalist minded individual atum chingrum si 17 mayor ni ASC amhang pikhek tu si uthot chisong lo lapan 1995 bangke neritum Assam sarkar apan lapan central sarkar apan pressure PC MOU anke sign lo lapan lawan so MOU along 30 department akimi na pidun tulo law and order ta DCSP level ta nang tipo pulo budget penene kasela majakong ta nang tipo pulo planning of power ta nang tipo pulo land alienation aputhak ta nang tipo pulo lapan labang subena jo 6 schedule strengthening non APSLC tum sipulo tum 6 schedule optics sidta pang tanya kan ti claim pu latum thang dak claim pin la APSLC pen BJP pen congress tum la tum claim le dal ta alam me thana thai bol he seta APSLC tum jong hele chi pin dak seta latum 6 schedule kapang tang ya pan claim pin la neli tum 1995 court anchot la lapen labang so MOU kachi 1 1995 ke lake central sarkar tum state sarkar tum nang kang hon man kali uthe upay ave chisong dut loke rat thor pak chisong dut lo SC KSA KNC tum japon lasi langso ekor bangke sign lo lapen hala bangsa period ke even Dimasa Students Union DSU lapen North Cultural Students Federation Dimasa open la tumta were part and parcel of the movement lapen ke they were also signatories to the accord lapen non api kachisong anta ke PLT tum puno UPDS atum puno basong trok atum puno la MOS no apike bananta central lapen state sarkar atum nangkang hon nangkang yinsu pen kali kachisong ben lok sikelo kachisong ben sil hayanta non implement mediat la ka pregalam la implement mela batuma accord manke even ACC accord bangka nonata implement kame mela implement lo pulote kata pinangan siksil la jako ngambage heji eviction bani na kam claim ilong kokko long de kichi payo ya pan joy mucho to land alienation alam du protect ya pan long lokko yo la sondu lasi nang litu ma truven non e phong ne litu brad ham chuni litu ko ye ne litu ACC atum ka chesong in ton tela chesong bom la la pen ne litu ACC logot KSA la pen KNC du la pen ka prek asong tadi lasi election rem sita high sita ne litu chesong bom ji lapen pina babang ke ACC foundation delo mupen dan neli pulo penangan major places along neli tu ACC foundation day neli tu cross biros kave abit same neli tu talon rigi di pulong duko hamrena long duko dengang long duko lapen along kaprek neli tu ka jironga asat neli tu doji lapen bokayan eli andar neli tu long nili ta doji gede lason penangan major places along neli tu doji salang solong kame rata tu ngachit tu dunja tu pan neli tu min pente cross penene ke tune lo bas karya biya poisa velo anang pi party na pi pa cross neli tu mave sta rata tu maneli tu pecho ngri bangke foundation dia long tanang duno lapen ke non ki bang jarni kachisonga programa tangkir thai armu kachijeng thai dharna thai hal hai long kame nang kachirap nang kachit tudun dia tu pangse neli tu central committee in pen rat chuningri party ki lahan lo ini press conference ke only la ASC foundation day dan arta bangke nikan thom kebran ke pleng pina bangke lahan lo department including law and order up to the level of DC and SP and also including land alienation which went a long way in strengthening the functioning of sixth schedule since it was only a stopgap arrangement and not a final solution. The movement continued till today and it will continue till autonomous states achieve come what may. On this historic occasion, we, the Central Committee of the Autonomous State Demand Committee, ASDC, gave a clarion call to the people of the three hill districts of Assam to join the autonomous state movement with new vigor and not to be swayed away by the tantalizing appeal of national parties or reactionary elements like the APSLC. Signed by Daniel Teron, ex-chairman of KACC, Publicity in charge ASCC, and signatory ex-CM of KACC, in charge Finance Secretary ASCC. Lahan lo, lake tinap anke nikan thom keran nerket ASCC apta ke pleng ko ASCC birthday lo pinap ke nasi langsung question hutsi nilitum rata pancuning rilu sa movement bangke autonomous state long the tiga bangke nilitum long lang cisong dun bom nang lang cerap lang citu dun nang lang lapen di arjap hip nani hayat alam ne bang kami isi rata panilitum ini press conference nang litum mat trukan kacuning rikang tung ate Karbianglong lapen West Karbianglong di Mahasau tame were part and parcel of the APSLC-led movement that began in 1960.